The Vietnamese community, the second largest in Japan. When we talk about migration in Japan, most people first think of the Chinese community. But what's surprising is that the Vietnamese have become the second largest foreign community in the country. By the end of 2024, more than 630,000 Vietnamese were living legally in Japan. Just a few decades ago, their numbers were very small, and today they are an essential part of daily life in both large cities and small towns. Their story is one of rapid growth, but also of effort, dreams, and many challenges. Explosive growth in a short time. To grasp the scale, just look at the numbers. In 2007 there were only about 35,000 Vietnamese in Japan. 10 years later, in 2017, the figure had already surpassed 260,000. And in less than another decade, the population nearly tripled again. This growth is not a coincidence, it's tied to labor exchange policies, scholarship programs, and Japan's interest in attracting young workers in the context of an aging population. In other words, the Vietnamese community has filled a crucial gap in Japanese society. Young trainees and students, the backbone. If we look at who these migrants are, we find that a large portion are young people. Many arrive as technical trainees, working in sectors such as construction, agriculture, or elderly care. Others come as university or vocational school students. What's striking is that in both cases, the main motivation is to learn and grow, to master a trade, improve their Japanese, gain experience, and in some cases, carve out a path toward a more stable life in Japan. The workforce that keeps Japan running. Today, 1 in every 4 foreign workers in Japan is Vietnamese. That's more than 500,000 people sustaining factories, farms, restaurants, and hospitals every single day. Their contribution is vital, because many Japanese no longer want to take jobs that involve long hours or physically demanding work. In other words, the Vietnamese have become an indispensable part of Japan's economy, even if their contribution often goes unnoticed by most of society. The fastest-growing nationality in Japan. In recent years, the fastest-growing foreign community in absolute numbers has not been the Chinese or the Koreans, but the Vietnamese. Every year, tens of thousands of young people arrive with the hope of building a different future. This constant flow not only meets market needs but also transforms entire neighborhoods, builds cultural networks, and creates an unprecedented human exchange between Japan and Vietnam. It is a phenomenon that will continue to shape the coming decades. Where they live, from big cities to local communities. Most Vietnamese are concentrated in Tokyo, Osaka, and surrounding areas, where jobs and study opportunities are plentiful. But there are also significant communities in mid-sized cities, especially in industrial zones. One emblematic example is Nagata district in Kobe, which has become a small Vietnamese hub, with shops, temples, and restaurants that reflect their culture. What's interesting is that their presence is not limited to major cities. Little by little, they are spreading into smaller towns, where their contributions are even more visible. The cost of migration, between dreams and sacrifices. Many Vietnamese must go into debt to make it to Japan. Recruitment agencies in Vietnam charge very high fees, sometimes reaching several $1,000s. This means that upon arrival, they don't just bring dreams, they also bring debt. For years, they work long hours to repay the cost of their journey, which creates pressure and, in some cases, vulnerability. It's a hidden reality, but one that's essential to understanding the sacrifice behind this migration. Legal challenges and irregular status. With such a large community, problems are inevitable. Some Vietnamese fall into irregular status when their contracts expire or when they lose their trainee status. By 2025, it was estimated that more than 14,000 Vietnamese were living irregularly in Japan. This raises debates about the need to improve support systems, make immigration policies more flexible, and prevent people from ending up in precarious or exploitative conditions. social perception, from effort to respect. Despite the difficulties, most Japanese acknowledge the effort of the Vietnamese community. They are seen as hardworking young people, eager to learn and adapt. Anyone who has visited restaurants or factories in Japan has surely noticed the large number of Vietnamese employees. Many speak fluent Japanese, and in some cases, even better than members of other communities with a longer history in the country. This commitment has earned them respect and sympathy, and it strengthens Vietnam's positive image in Japan. Historical roots and a future in the making. The relationship between Vietnam and Japan is not new. As early as the 20th century, some Vietnamese came to study, and after the Vietnam War, refugees began laying the first foundations of the community. Today, there are Vietnamese Buddhist temples, cultural associations, and festivals that reinforce their identity. But the most important part is that the future is still being written. With a young, hardworking, and growing population, the Vietnamese will continue to be key players in shaping a multicultural Japan in the 21st century.